Hi everyone, in this video we're going to take a look at the dock. Now I'm sure a lot of you know what the dock is or you use it on a regular basis. For those of you who don't, there's a little area down the bottom of my screen here which is actually the dock area, and it's a place where you can put applications on. It's a bit like a shelf if you like. You can put your applications on it and it just gives you quick access to them. You know, all those applications that you use on a frequent basis. You wouldn't put all your applications on there, only the ones that you use frequently. So your dock will look different to mine. These are all the applications I have on my dock because those are the applications I use frequently. But what we are going to talk about is we're going to talk about some of the settings. The dock does have settings, and we're going to talk about a couple of other things that maybe people don't know. So to access the settings of the dock, we go to the Apple menu at the top left, and then we choose the dock option in the menu, which will bring up another little sub menu. And that's where you get to your dock preferences. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to have my dock showing at all times. However, under normal circumstances, I prefer to have the dock hidden because I find it less distracting. So if you turn hiding on, like so, the dock disappears, and then as soon as I move my mouse or cursor to the bottom, the dock appears, and then when I move it away, it disappears. So as I say, for the purposes of this video, we're just going to leave the dock showing. The other option you have is to where you position the dock. I like to have mine on the bottom of the screen. You can also position it to the left hand side like so, or you can actually position it to the right hand side. Put it back on the bottom, and then we're just going to go to the other preferences. So right at the bottom of this menu we have dock preferences, which will give you a couple of other little options to choose from. Size. Now if I was to move this down to the left, there we go, look how small the dock is, and then if I increase the size, you see the dock gets larger. Now as you can see, if I was to move this pointer all the way to the large side or right to the right hand side, my dock doesn't change in size. That's because I've got so many items on the dock, it will only go the width of the screen. So although I can have it small, the largest I can currently have it with all these applications on the dock at the moment is this size. Magnification. So you've probably noticed that when you move your mouse over the dock, it magnifies. Now you can choose the size of that magnification. If I was to move this all the way to the right hand side, there we go. The application has become quite a lot larger. I prefer to have mine somewhere just over halfway. And you can also turn magnification off altogether. And so there we go, it doesn't magnify at all. Let's talk about getting things into the dock, putting applications on there. It's a really simple process. If you double click on your Macintosh hard drive and then double click on your applications folder, you can drag any of your applications and put them on the dock. So let's put something that I don't have in the dock. So the DVD player. If I click the DVD player, keep my mouse button down and drag DVD player to the dock, you'll see, there we go, and the applications actually move out the way. So as soon as I let go of my mouse button, this particular application will drop into that position. So if I let go of the mouse now, there we go, that's where the DVD player ends up. And if I tap it once, DVD player opens. Okay, it's just as quick to remove something. There's two ways to remove it. Firstly, you can just hold your mouse button down on the application, which brings up a menu. Then you can choose options, and then you can choose remove from dock. And there we go, it's disappeared. DVD player is no longer there. Another way is just to drag it out of the dock, so keep your mouse on the mouse button, then drag it onto the desktop and let go. So if I was to get rid of calculator, I can drag it away, and as soon as that little cloud appears, I can let go of the mouse button and it disappears. Okay, that's not to say the application has been deleted, of course. If I now go back and put the calculator back in, I go to my applications and go to calculator, I can drag that back onto the dock, and it's just like it was before. Another thing people don't know is that you can put files and folders on the dock as well. So it's not just about applications. Files and folders always go to the right hand side and applications always stay to the left. You may not be able to see this in this video, but there's a tiny little line here. Everything to the left of that line will be applications and everything to the right of the line will be folders. And it's just the same principle as putting in, you know, an application onto the dock with a folder. If I was to take this folder, for example, and try to put it within applications, it won't allow me to. You see, they're not moving out the way. Whereas if I put it to the right hand side of the dock, you see, they're starting to move. So I can drop that in there, and there my folder is. Okay, so let's take a look at my Dropbox folder. If I click on this now, the reason it's great to be able to put folders within the dock is very similar to applications. If you have folders that you access on a frequent basis, then it's best to put them in the dock. I wouldn't be putting hundreds in there, as you see I've only got a few, but it's the ones that I access most frequently, and especially in my case Dropbox. So if I click on Dropbox now, what will happen is that will show all my folders within Dropbox. So there you go, these are all the folders I have within Dropbox, and it just gives me easy access to them. Okay, so if I look at this folder, Ultimate Guide to Mac, let's try that again. I go to Dropbox, and go to Ultimate Guide to Mac, and then we have other folders. So these are the folders within that particular folder, Ultimate Guide to Mac. If I go to Photoshop, website, so as you can see, I'm drilling down through the folders to find what I need. And then if I was to click on any of these particular images, they would open in Photoshop because that was the application I created them in. You can also go backwards, clicking the arrow button here, and that'll take you back to where you were. Another thing people don't know is the option to be able to preview something within the dock. So if I was to go back to the Ultimate Guide to Mac again and go back to these images, you see, rather than clicking on one, if I just hover my mouse over it and press the space button, I'll get a preview. Okay, so, and I can do the same with this one. You just need to hover your mouse over the particular item you want to preview and press space. You can do the same. Let me show you if I look at a different folder. So let's look at, here we go, car stuff. So let's have a look at this one. So if I have my mouse over this particular photo here, I can press space, and there we go. That's a preview of that particular photo. It can come in really handy. Okay. Another thing you can do is to use your arrow keys. So let's say, for example, don't click on anything, just press one of your arrow keys, and there we go. Can you see it down the bottom there? If I go left, 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 there we go, up. So just using my arrow keys, excuse me, just using my arrow keys to navigate my way through the particular images. And that can be really useful, especially if you've got some tiny images in there and you're not too sure which you want. You can just quickly navigate through them. So there you go. That's pretty much the dock. It's very useful, especially the preview feature. Thanks for watching. If you found the video useful, please do leave a comment, share it with people you know, and don't forget ultimateguidetomac.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time.